Hi, I'm the Tipsy Gypsy, and thanks for tuning into my channel again. I have something I want to talk to you all about today, and I'm going to put out what are they called? I'm learning all of this new stuff that's coming on YouTube right now. Community post, community note, something like that. I think it's a community post. Anyway, I'm considering adding some new topics onto my YouTube channel, and I know I've got quite a few now. I have like Hollywood the dog, and I have my cemetery videos, and I have my Albuquerque and my New Mexico videos, and I've done a Melbourne video, which is my son, my brainy son, and one about the dog posters that I do for one, or did, I'm not currently doing that, for one of the local dog or animal shelters. So I know I have a wide range of topics, but I've been wanting to add a couple of new things. So I'm going to present some ideas, and I want you all to give me your opinion and tell me if you would be interested in watching something like this. I'm also considering doing some live streaming, or what do they call it? Super chat. Done a lot of thinking and really, I've done a lot of thinking about, for those of you who've watched any of my past videos, I went to school numerous times. The first time I went back to school in 2014, and in 2016 I got my degree in graphic art. So I'm a graphic artist and a studio artist, which is really what I'm passionate about. That's why you see on my videos, you see all those really bright thumbnails from my videos. I love doing that. I love color. So I went back to school and I got my degree in 2016, and I went back to school again in early March of 2018, and I did an online course that was several months long, and it was in network security. I forget what the title of the course was, but basically it was network security. And I was supposed to have been taking my CompTIA Network Plus and Security Plus exams, and you have to get 2 90s in a row on their practice exams. I mean, not side by side, but you have to get 2 at least 90% grades in their practice exams before they'll give you the voucher to take the exam. And I could not seem to get out of the 80s, and your voucher is good for 6 months. So I have passed my 6-month limit, and I took a deep dive course, which gives me another 6 months, and I'm kind of back in the same boat. And I think, I think April is when my 6 months is up, and I'm kind of in the 70s and 80s. And once that passes, I can take the exam anytime I want, but you're looking at, these exams are like $700–800 a piece. So I am going to look for some part-time work, maybe at a help desk, just to get my feet wet, because a lot of those kind of entry-level jobs, they don't require that you have those certifications, and maybe I can work up to that. But I just want to do that part-time. Over the last few months, I've been doing, of course, we've been fixing our house up, getting it ready for them to put on the market. But I've been doing a lot of videos and a lot of my art and a lot of the stuff. I'm more of a creative. I shouldn't say more of a creative. I really love being creative. But at the same time, I'm kind of, I really like the computer part, and I like having to problem solve, and which network security, there's a lot of problems you have to solve, and I think enjoy thinking outside the box, which you have to do a lot. You have to do that in art too. So I think I'm going to look for some part-time work, maybe doing that, but I really want to dive back into my YouTube channel and my art, and I'm going to show you some of my art in maybe one of my other videos. But so I want to add some more subject matter to my YouTube channel. and I want to start posting several times a week, if not once a day. And I'd like to do some live chats, and I think for the live chats, what I'd like to do, and I know there's some of you who are just plain are not going to be interested in this, but my vintage clothing, I'm considering maybe selling during the live chat, pulling out a rack of vintage clothing and selling that during the live chat, or some of my thrift store finds, or jewelry, or, you know, whatever it is. And then my other live chat, I've had a lot of people who actually have asked me if I would consider doing live chat Q&As about Albuquerque and New Mexico. So I can probably consider doing the live chat or the super chat for Albuquerque. I can answer questions about New Mexico to the best of my ability, but of course I've only lived in Albuquerque. I've traveled New Mexico through and through. So I do know the state, but, you know, as far as the politics or the local stuff, or good and bad areas of other cities like, I don't know, Las Vegas or Las Cruces, or, you know, I can't do that because I really don't know them well enough. So anyway, I am considering the super chat. So tell me what you think. Would you all be interested in doing some super chat for me, for like Albuquerque Q&A? Because I know a lot of you send me these questions, and it might be easier for me to answer those during a super chat. So let me know. I'm also going to put out the community notice or community note or post or whatever that is here in just right after I put out this video. And I'm also going to give you the option there to tell me if you would be interested, or if there is another topic that you would be interested in. I can't really think of anything as far as the cemetery videos for a live chat. If you guys have some ideas, that's of course one of my passions. So if you have some ideas for a live chat about cemetery, I guess we can just talk about visits to cemeteries and stuff like that. What I don't want to do is get into the supernatural part, because that just isn't of interest to me. So, and then I have my little notes down here that I'm looking at. I really, really want to start doing videos. I don't know if I want to do live, or if I just want to do just the regular vlogs, video vlogs like I'm doing right now, on, I don't know if I want to say current events, because I don't mean current events in the way when you think of current events, you're thinking of what you're seeing on your news channel day to day. And that isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about unusual things. Things that you're not going to hear, things that maybe are local to where you live, maybe not, maybe local to where I live, things that are fascinating, or that you're just not hearing about on you know, your local news stations, or even your you know, the like CNN or NBC or ABC or any of those channels you're not hearing there. Kind of keeping it on the light side, because there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I tend to think that all of the news seems to be kind of doom and gloom, and I'd like to kind of bump it up a little bit and have some positive news or fun news. I mean, you know, there can be some really weird stuff in there, but my son was giving me some ideas. But I'm not talking about reporting on all the stuff you're going to hear anyhow. I'm talking about stuff you're not going to hear. Fun stuff, interesting stuff, maybe some tips about how to reuse recycled items, or how to make gluten-free bread, which is what I'm trying to figure out now, because my husband is having some gluten issues. So, or what did I have here? My thoughts about things. You guys are the only people who listen to me. I'm seriously. My son doesn't want to hear my thoughts about things, and he'll listen to me as long as he can listen to me. And same thing with my husband. I know that when I'm talking to him and he starts getting glassy-eyed, I know I need to just shut up. But you guys are really the only people I have to talk to about my personal thoughts. And I'm not, I'm talking about personal thoughts about significant things, or, people not using their blinkers, anything. So kind of like a news channel, but putting stuff in there that kind of is just off the beaten path stuff in a lot of different areas, because I do a lot of different things. You know, I've got a lot. I'm older, so I have a lot of experience, and I've made a lot of mistakes. Sometimes it would be nice to share my mistakes so you all don't have to make them. Or if you're like me, you can listen to it and then make them anyway. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm going to put this all in the community post. And you all can give me your thoughts. You can also put your thoughts below here. I would love, 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 love if you would give me some input, suggestions, ideas, whether you like my ideas, whether you don't like my ideas. And another thing I wanted to say real quickly here is that I know that some of you who subscribe to my channel thought you were subscribing to an Albuquerque channel or a cemetery channel, and so I've gotten feedback from you that this isn't what you signed up for, and it probably isn't what you signed up for if you thought you were just getting one particular thing. But I can't, there are only so many cemeteries locally that I can visit, and I can't always travel because I have a family. So I can only do so many cemetery videos. I can do a lot of Albuquerque videos, but I get a little bit bored with that. That's why I've brought some of these other ideas in. So if you signed up for just my cemetery videos and you're getting notifications, when I say signed up, I mean subscribed. And so you're being notified with my dog videos or my Melvin videos or my vintage clothing videos or my Albuquerque videos, and that's not what you wanted, I'm sorry. I've been trying to figure out if there's a way for you just to subscribe to a playlist, because I have my videos divided into playlists. There might be. I haven't been able to figure it out yet, but then I am not 100% YouTube savvy, so I'm working on that. So anyway, bear with me. If you get a notification and you signed up for my cemetery videos, but I put out a video on Albuquerque, just ignore it and just, you know, watch the videos that you want to watch, but don't unsubscribe. I don't want to lose any of my subscribers. If you have to, you have to, but I'd really like for you to stay. So anyhow, I also am, I have a thing that I'm going to try to do this now since I'm going to try to find part-time work. This is going to be my other part-time work. I would like to do this a whole lot more than I'm doing now, but of course I have to make money. So I have a PayPal account, and now if I can, let me see real quick if I can find it. I did it last night. I probably already put it away. I don't know if I can find it here in a hurry. Okay, so I will add that here in just a minute. I'll pause this and look for it and then put it on here. So I have a link to my PayPal. If you all can and want to make a donation to me, 50 cents, $1, $10, $100, whatever it is you want and you can afford, I really would appreciate it, because that's going to enable me to do a little bit more of what I'm doing now. And I would like to travel a little bit more around New Mexico and do videos around New Mexico, but you know, it takes money to do that, and I'm currently looking for work, and I really love doing this. So I want to give this a shot and see if it's manageable, if it's workable. So if you can afford to, I'm going to put my PayPal information, and you can make any donation that you feel you can afford. And for those of you who want to send a donation, I'm going to get a P.O. box, and I will also put that in the description when I get it. I don't have it right now, but when I do get it, I'll let you know what it is. So, one funny story, and I'm going to add this video right after this, because it's a separate video, but I'm going to put it together here. So, the other night, I'm sitting here at my desk, and it was dark, and I usually close my window, or my curtains here in my window when it gets dark, because cars driving down the street can look right in here because my window faces the street. Anyhow, I'm looking outside and I thought, wow, well, okay, I need to back up a little bit. You all who have watched my previous videos, you know that we've been burglarized numerous times. So I keep binoculars here because there's always these creepy cars who go real slowly in front of our house, and they go around the block and they come back again. And so I put binoculars next to my desk so that I could use them to see the people in the car, get a description, or maybe their license plate. So anyway, that's why I have my binoculars. So I'm looking out the window, and the moon just looked beautiful that night. And I thought, I'm going to pull out my binoculars. I'm going to look up there at the moon and see how good these binoculars are. I don't have a telescope. I'd love to have a telescope. One of these days I'm going to get one. But, so I thought, well, I'm going to see how close to the moon I can get with these cheap little binoculars that I have. And you guys, this is I really am such a dork. I really am. So I have these binoculars, and I'm looking out my window, and I'm, twisting and turning, getting as close as I can. And you guys, I'm even embarrassed to tell you this. It's so ridiculous. So there's a house on top of the hill. We live right next to the mountains. So we have my house and then across the street. And then the mountains are behind them. But way on top is this huge, huge, huge house. I mean, massive mansion up there. And it's the very last house before you get to open space. Okay, this is so embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it's so funny. It's so ridiculous. They have a round window, and it's on top of the top part of their house, but it's this round window. And you don't see it usually because they don't ever turn the lights on. They're usually downstairs, and that isn't the upper part of that. So you never really know that window is even there in the evening unless they turn the lights on, which is rare. Anyway, so I was looking in their window. I thought it was the moon. Oh, yeah, it looked like the moon because, it was lit up and it was dark outside. And, of course, you don't see their house anymore. And that is the direction the moon comes up. And so it looked like the moon. And next thing you know, I'm getting my binoculars. I'm looking right in their window. And, okay, well, anyway, the window's way, way up. So I couldn't see anything but their walls. And, it's on the ceiling. It's way up there. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to pause this video now, and I am going to look for that PayPal link for you. So hold on just a minute here. Okay, you guys, so I am sitting here at my desk, and I have this wonderful window here that I can look out of, and I can see the mountains. You can see I have a great view of the mountains here. And I live in the foothills in Albuquerque, so you see in that building there on the left side, that's a house way, way up on top of the mountain. That's the very last house. See that round window there? That is the window that I'm talking about. So, yeah, I thought it was a moon. So, okay, so a little story about that house up there. So my husband and I bought this house. It had been vacant a few years before we bought it because well, anyway, it's a long story. But it had been vacant, needed a lot of work. So we got a really good deal. A really good deal. We couldn't have, for this size of a house, gotten the same deal anywhere else, probably in Albuquerque, in a decent area. So anyhow, so this is it's a nice neighborhood. And my husband and I, in the summertime, well, especially when we first moved in here, we would sit out on the front porch and we'd sit out there and drink a glass of wine or drink some iced tea or whatever it was. And when it would get dark, we would always watch that house up there because it's like the mysterious house. It's huge. You can see on either side of the tree. On the left side, you can see the part where the window is. And on the right side, that's a continuation of the house. That's how big that house is. So we would sit out there and you'd look up there and every now and then you would see some lights here and there. But when that light would come on, that round light up there, that's what I was always say. Oh, look, they turned their lights on like they were really, I don't know. It's like we're watching a movie or I don't know exactly what it is. This fascination, probably because, they're very, very wealthy and they're up there on top of the hill. They can see the entire city from one end to the other. And so I guess looking up there at them and us down here, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but actually it's pretty funny because anytime those lights, that round light, some of the other lights would come on, but when that round light would come on, my husband would always make those comments. And so why I never attributed that round light to the day I was looking, or the evening I was looking out there for the moon, I don't know. I honestly don't know. The thought never crossed my mind that was the window. I really thought it was the moon. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I can't find it. So I am going to put in the description below, I'm going to put the PayPal address. I think it's paypal.me/MountyRockin'. Not 100% sure, but I will put it below. And yes, Mounty Rockin', not Rocky Mountain. I have these things I say backwards. I did that when my son was really little, so I say stuff like Mounty Rockin' instead of now I can't even think. Rocky Mountain, Poof Tick, and Toothpick. Anyway, so I'm going to put all the links below, and you can look at the video I have. I'm going to put that somewhere in here about the moon I thought I was seeing. Anyhow, I'm the Tipsy Gypsy. Thanks for watching. Please let me know your thoughts, ideas, what you think of my thoughts and ideas, and whether or not you would be interested in some super chats on topics. And if you don't like the topics that I suggested, suggest some to me, and we'll kind of go from there. But I want to start doing some super chats. Anyway, you take care. Thanks for watching.